I'm Shane.
And I'm Bo.
We are Kentucky Fried Critics.
Greetings, my most excellent friends.
That's right. You guys know we're here. We're doing another fun one for you. This was super fun. I had a blast. It's gonna be really hard to try to focus talk on this one and not slide into the other
ones,
especially with our new format, right? Like,
yeah.
And we've definitely agreed we're keeping this. It's been fun. People seem to enjoy it.
Yeah.
More importantly, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been less work.
It's been less
we
work.
don't leave the room. Well, again, it's not even like work before.
I don't have like 8 pages of notes.
Well,
I only have 2.
It's not even like it was like work, but yeah, like it's less
like,
work, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even the part where we were recording started to feel like strenuous.
Yeah.
When you're like, man,
we're like 3 hours in.
Well, and we do this every time we get that far, right? We've done this twice now, right? Like,
yep.
But the only problem was the first time we started to get that long, we didn't actually change anything. All we did in the episode was like, oh, let's stop doing the intro bit where we tell people all the places where they can find us. That's a nice segue point for us to do that right now because we've not done it in a long time. So just in case people need to know where they can find us, that's going to be Facebook at Kentucky Fried Critics. It's real easy.
Yeah.
Instagram,
same thing.
Kentucky Fried Critics. YouTube,
KFC Riddick's.
Yeah, we've still never been able to do anything, and we're not.
No,
now,
because that is the home of the Riddick Rat.
That's right. Because of that, we have a mascot, and so like we have to always keep that at this point. So whoever those other weird people with 5 videos from over a decade ago, enjoy it. I'm glad you got to keep it. I wanted that.
Yeah.
Just know that you're lucky.
You're lucky.
You're lucky that I felt like dropping this. We also
would have been
though,
a war otherwise.
We are now completely hosted on Spotify because we used to have a different one. We're not going to name them. Just listen to an old episode if you want to hear it because there's no way for us. We're not those people. We don't have a way to magically edit out that, especially the way we used to do it with the full like 10-minute spiel into it. The only thing that's still there. Hyphens. I made sure hyphens.
Still the hyphens.
That we still exist in a world of hyphens.
Is still active.
But we are completely hosted at Spotify for our podcast now, so that one is a little bit different. Again, at this point, I would imagine everybody is listening to us there, or wherever else they already did. I don't think the fact that we're no longer on the one that will not be named is an issue. Right?
Website that shall not be named.
Podcast hosts that we will not speak of. Yeah, I think we're okay at this point there. But we do have a new one since Threads. I almost forgot Threads. That's
but they're still.
We're doing more there, and we get people that actually interact with us.
Never hear anybody talk about it though.
It doesn't matter.
It's not like TikTok or any of those things.
If we're getting a push, we're getting a push.
Yeah. Any push is a good push.
That's right. TikTok, we have that. Again, that's just going to be the same shorts you're seeing everywhere else. So, I mean, it's not like it's special. I'm not trying to say you should go there if you want to see more of our...
for the 25 and under people.
If you want to see more of our smiling faces, that's not exactly what you're going to do. Well, you'll get the same smiling faces that you'd get anywhere else. Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be special material there. I'm not trying to tell you go there if you think that you're going to get
let's fuck with the picture quality. Let's send the TikTok the fucking like shitty like 480p fucking shit.
Now the new one, finally.
Yeah, the new one.
The Ko-Fi, whatever. Yeah, if you want to buy us a beer, it's the place you can go and you can help us out. Again, that's our joke. That's our gimmick. Buy us a beer because the site is buy us a coffee.
But we drink beer here.
You know what we're doing.
The coffee's for tomorrow after the beer.
And if you want to buy us that too, go ahead. Drop some money. I mean, I'm not going to limit you on what you want to buy it for, but you would definitely have to leave the note that said you wanted it to be for coffee. The initial thought is that you're leaving it for beer money. For beer runs. For BWR.
BWRUN. Beer runs.
So yeah, like we all know what it's supposed to be for. What we hope you're giving us money for, right? Like that's the real thing there.
Shit's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Help a hillbilly out. Come on.
And again, we're only doing this with you guys. Like that's the thing. Like always remember, we're not raging alcoholics here.
No, I do this once a week.
This. Yeah, once a week.
And whenever my friend group makes me leave the house and go do
but
things.
Not often, right?
Yeah, no, they gotta drag me out. They know.
And so again, guys, like, if you want to donate the money, we're not like we know it's buy us a beer, but we don't mean like for the night out on the town.
Yeah.
We mean
For
buy
the
us a beer
show.
for this. But yeah, go there, help us out. That's what it's for. It's just there if you want to find a way. We also have a Patreon.
Yep.
We are finally going to start working on more stuff. We've been promising this for a long time. We hopefully are there.
Life
We're
gets
hopefully
in the
there.
way.
Life gets in the way. Well, again, like when both of us are working, it's extra difficult. If we get the routine set up, it makes it easier to keep that routine when I start working, because when I go back, I'll be able to set my schedule again.
Yeah.
So it'll be like, oh, those days, right? But the problem has been, since I've gotten out of work, finding a routine between the two of us, because you've had concerts and this,
Yeah.
and we've had family things. It's been a busy
going to Waverly Sanitarium this weekend.
See, there you go. It's been a busy beginning of
my
our
friends
summers.
are making me do things.
Yeah, but that's fun.
I know, but it's like the going I have a problem with. Once I'm there, I'm totally fine. But like the travel part is the big issue, because I'm like, I'm gonna get lost. My car is gonna break down.
You'll be okay.
I know.
But yeah, Patreon is the place that, again, as of right now, all video is there. If you want to watch, like, again, you see the shorts, you see all the
full
things that we
videos
just
are on
mentioned on all the
Patreon.
other sites that we were just talking about. Those things, they come from the video that goes to Patreon. So if you want to see any of the full videos, you go drop a couple bucks. You can see it.
So like what, $3?
That's what it was originally. I don't know if it's been doing that for all of them. It was something weird with the special first one, and I would have to go back into settings.
Can we like
we'll leave it at, I don't know.
Can we like undercut everybody like 99 cents?
I don't know. Well, whatever our monthly subscription is not that much. So again, like if you just want to pay for 1 month, you'd be able to get a lot of watching.
Yeah, you would get like 30 episodes or something.
Oh,
right?
easy. And again, like remember that everything up until very recently that was going to Patreon was the unedited. Like recently, that doesn't mean much. Like recently in the last, like, with format change, maybe a little bit before that, we're only talking like 15-minute difference, if that.
Yeah.
Before that, though, like we have things like the Dead Man on Campus episode is like an hour. There's an hour's worth of stuff that's not in the episode.
Not in the actual episode.
Plenty of episodes before that.
Some college stories
Just
that
random,
need to be on YouTube.
Random things that made the cut for that one. But so yeah, if you want to see us raw and uncut, unfiltered, that's the place that you can go do that. Now that we've done that, because we've not done it in a long time, let's just get back to where
in 6 months we'll do it again.
Well, now again, like we just had to be done, but we should definitely get to what the deed at hand is, because Bo, I have a feeling we're about to embark on a most unprecedented expedition.
Nice.
Which was unfortunately the failed missed opportunity for a
that should have
title
been the title, right?
of the movie,
because it fits better. Like they went on an most excellent adventure
through time. And so they named the first one Excellent Adventure, and this one they say Unprecedented
Adventure
Expedition.
Expedition.
See, now we know why, though.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say.
But it works. If you could get it, it works really good.
Yes. Well, and again, it should have been, like, when you watch the movie, you almost hear it, and you're like, well,
yeah,
shouldn't they? You almost you either think that should be the name, or you think, shouldn't they have said Bogus Journey? Either way, though, you feel like
something went wrong here.
A missed opportunity. So close, but so far away.
Yeah, because it's right after Ted's like, I have a bad feeling. And he's like, no, man, we're about to go on an whatever. Goddamn, I can't even say it.
Unprecedented. Oh, in the first one, Most Excellent Adventure Through Time. And in this one, Unprecedented Expedition. Both times, sorry.
Yeah.
Most Unprecedented Expedition.
Gotta get that.
It's like
80s patter.
It's like male Valley speak, right?
Yeah,
so it's not like, Valley Girl, it's Valley Guy.
Valley Dude.
Yeah, it's good. I like it. And again, for officialness sake, this is Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. We've said it so far, but just not
in
all
full.
the way through. We always feel like we need to tell you, even though you've seen the picture when you clicked here, so you know, hopefully knew what you were walking into. I don't think my skills have gotten so good you're looking at them and thinking, man, that's just those two in a studio taking a picture.
I mean, I don't know. The Friday the 13th Part 1.
You still
you
look very...
I look like I'm actually in that picture.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a few. I'm not going to say. I mean, not to toot my own horn. I've been pretty proud of a few.
When you sent me that one, I was like, oh, you didn't put me in here. What the fuck?
Not to toot my own horn. I've been proud of a few of them. Okay, I mean, I will. But again, just in case you didn't know what you were in for today, we are doing the second Bill and Ted because you guys know us.
We can't.
We're never good at this.
It's down to the beers we find whether or not shit is in order.
And this we'll also both think about this is coming off of 2 weeks of very, like we even said in the short recently, very intentional. We're trying to be intentional. No intention. Intention went out the window for this one, other than the beer. It was intentionally matched with the beer. And so I'll let Bo go ahead and tell you that before I ruin his world.
It's 3 Floyds Turbo Reaper IPA.
Yeah.
And buddy, is it an IPA?
It is. Well, it's that.
It's the thing we say all the time. It's the good grapefruit.
Yes, it's the one where it's like all bitter, but you can still recognize it like grapefruit. But it's not that like you're biting into a grapefruit.
Yeah.
Like, like you recognize it as grapefruit, but you're not thinking to yourself,
when you're eating a grapefruit and you put the perfect amount of sugar on it where it doesn't make it sweet, but it's just all grapefruit. This magic golden ratio that you can never seem to hit.
Yeah, never.
Yeah,
never.
Just once in every 3 years. That's the math. You should know that.
Well, and that's what turns off most people from eating it in the first place. And maybe why they don't drink as much of this as they should. Although I'm pretty sure this one does super well.
I'm well documented as before we started doing this show, being just I hate IPAs.
Mm-hmm.
I have changed my mind.
See,
I'm a big boy. I can
well,
admit
and
when
things
I'm wrong.
like this are the ones that really did it for you. I remember the first couple because you were like, when they are grapefruit, you thought that you were like, they taste just like the juice, and I'm like, no.
Fucking ocean spray grapefruit.
And I was
juice.
like, no. If you find the right ones, it's not that. And we got a couple, and you were like, yeah, exactly, kind of like this one. Perfect. We love you guys. There's 3 Floyds.
Yeah, 3 Floyds always does good.
We started with a couple of theirs early
Zombie
on.
Dust.
Yeah, and we love you guys. It's been great every time. I don't think we've had one that we haven't had amazing. Yeah, none of them have been bad. Yeah.
Do they do an ale?
Probably.
Or a lager, or like a stout or anything?
Sure
we should try those.
Sure, we'll go look through what all they have. I think we did a stout. Like, wasn't the Christmas, the Alpha Klaus?
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah.
Again, maybe a non-Christmas one, though.
Just a regular one?
Yeah. But yeah, this is... the thing, though, I had to ruin Bo's day about was that he saw Turbo Reaper and he was like, Bill and Ted too, and I had to ask him as soon as he said it, though, I was like, have you seen the third one yet? And he was like, no. And I was like, that's fine. This is great. I still love it. That's all perfect.
Save it for the episode.
Yeah, well, then I was like, I even let him, if he wanted to watch it, he could have watched it. He still didn't, and so it ruined the joke for him before me getting to say it to him. But yeah, Turbo Reaper would have almost been more perfect if we wanted to do the third one, because there is a character, I can't remember, it's Scott. I don't know. He's got some name through the movie, but then at the end, he's like, "My name is Scott." What? In some random last name, everybody's like Scott. Yeah, and they're like, "Okay, if you say so."
All right, man.
Rock on, dude.
It's like the end of Voyager. The doctor's like, "My name's Joe."
Yeah, it had those kind of vibes.
7 years and you went with Joe?
But yeah, so the character is essentially Turbo Reaper because he looks like. He literally looks like a robot version of the Grim Reaper Death in this one. So yeah. That being said, this is my favorite Bill and Ted, so I don't care.
Oh, yeah, no, me too.
Don't get me wrong, the first
one's classic, this one's the most fun.
Yes, the first one is classic. But the first one is all time travel, right?
Yeah.
This one's almost there is very little time travel.
It's mentioned a lot.
It's so crazy. The way we go so many different places.
We go all over the afterlife. We go to hell. We go to heaven.
We have ghosts. Heaven,
aliens.
Hell. We've got, dude, it's everywhere.
Robots.
It's anything and everything and all of it in between. Like this
Star Trek.
So much fun. So much
Star Trek.
So much Star Trek. Before we really get into anything to the movie, the meat of it, although I guess our new format kind of has all of it just
melded together into a stew.
The whole idea is that we still are gonna tell you the people in it. It just might take us a little longer to finish because now we can have some fun right? But so yeah, we'll start with the writers because they are the same writers of the first one. So it's just got to mention these people. So we have Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon. Ed Solomon. The name probably doesn't strike a bell to you, but you literally hear it 1,000 times in reverse.
Denomalos.
It's literally just Ed backwards, and then Solomon backwards is Namalos.
But it sounds like some awesome
sounds
Greek
like a dope
villain, right?
Crazy, scary bad guy last name. It's good.
And the dude playing him is so serious through the whole movie. You're like, man, you're fucking scary, dude.
Oh, 100%.
Namalos, I will lead into the new world order. We will have none of this Bill and Ted shit.
But so the writing team of Mathis and Solomon, they did write all 3 Bill and Ted movies. So it's not been, nobody else has come in. They also at least did base writing for the cartoon, the very, very short-lived, so
they
much so that a lot
pilot,
of people might not know that it existed. Bill and Ted cartoon from the early 90s.
I remember that.
Okay. I liked it better than the Back to the Future cartoon. If we're going to get into weird time travel movies that got turned into cartoons, which is probably actually a very small world. But this is the better one.
I'd say DuckTales is the best one.
In season 4 or whatever, when they start traveling through time with the magical popsicles?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, it's I agree. I concur.
Can't wait to do that show.
Well, we definitely will have to get there at some point for sure. So Chris Matheson and Ed Solomon, they have both written many other things, but together they did also write one other really dope movie from the early 90s, which is Mom and Dad Save the World. Have you ever seen it? Okay. I'm not even going to tell you more about it. I'm going to let you look it up. I'm also not going to let you, don't start throwing out guesses because I don't want to
blank.
Yeah. Because, dude, you couldn't even begin
to guess
the craziness that is that movie.
It's got Uncle Joey from Friends in it.
No, just wait, dude. Just wait. You
couldn't, told me not to guess.
I did, and I mean it.
Stop.
Chris Matheson, though, on his own, has also written a couple of things that we of our age range, the Zennial, Millennial, whatever the fuck you want to call the group. He wrote the screenplay for a Goofy movie.
Nice. I love that one.
And the teleplay, which we've discussed this, I guess is the same thing, but because it's for television, you say teleplay. He wrote the teleplay for Stepsister from Planet Weird, one of the early Disney Channel.
I remember that.
DCOM from way back.
DCOMs are great, dude.
But yeah,
that should be a Patreon series. Like when we actually get people, we just do a bunch of DCOMs.
Oh, dude, I'd be down for it. But yeah, so he is responsible for one of them. So if we had to do it, that's probably where we could start now because we got a connection. We could throw back to one. Ed Solomon has written a few things on his own. He let's see, give me a second. So sadly, I have to mention one that we all have to forgive him about a little bit because he was not the sole writer. He was just part of a writing team, and who knows? Who knows? Studio may have fucked this up.
He was in the back. He was making the little paper footballs, not paying any attention.
He is one of the people responsible for the Super Mario Brothers movie in the 90s.
Okay.
Again, I enjoy that movie.
I love that movie, but
for the wrong reasons. It's not because it feels like the video game. The writers definitely made a movie that had nothing to do with Super Mario.
But it's got like Dennis Hopper.
It's fun. John Leguizamo in it.
It has fuck all to do with the game.
But so he is one of the writers responsible for that movie. But he was a writing team. We'll forgive him.
Yeah.
But along
he was probably the one being like, that doesn't have anything to do with Super Mario. They like smacked him with a fucking ruler. Shut up.
Now on the realm of screenplay writing and us still not really knowing the difference. Tell us.
Comments. Marandino, dude, explain this shit to us. You know what that shit means.
But so he was the screenplay writer for Men in Black.
Nice.
And the Now You See Me movies. Now You See Me.
With the magician shit. I like those movies. Those were good.
There you go. There's a third one coming out soon, but I did not see his name on the credits for that one. That doesn't mean anything.
I'm both happy and sad.
I don't know what step in the process screenplay writing takes. Right?
I like people having work.
Well, he might have it. That's what I'm saying. I just don't know if he had it already and it's just not listed on. You can say, I don't know how these credits work because we don't know what the job does.
Could have just bought it out from under him too.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, so those are our writers. Again, they're great. We owe all of this world to them.
Round of applause.
Way to go. Bill and Ted has truly tested the
every generation likes this movie.
Yeah.
You can show a 5-year-old this movie and they're gonna love it.
Well, I mean, again, like the fact that we have had it for another like the
Yeah,
fact
like
that they
had,
brought
like,
a
the
third
new one came back. Yeah.
The fact that there was enough audience reception. Again, it's truly just it stood against time. All puns involved here, since they both waited a long time and it is time travel to make that one. But yeah, they
Well, it's
proved
been
it.
a long time, getting from there to here.
Don't. We're not no.
Sorry, I had
No. I did it to you the first time we had a chance to do it, so I'll leave. You're allowed one. I was allowed one.
Yeah.
Everybody's allowed one.
Yeah, I got a good one.
That was good. It was my fault too.
It was. You led me into it too.
I did.
I even had a second to think about whether to do it or not.
Our director, I'll go ahead. I'll use that to leave our writers behind. Our director here is Peter Hewitt. I only even want to mention directors for two reasons. One, this dude he's got a cool couple of movies under his belt that I think you're gonna be like, well, fuck me.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
Right, nice.
But on top of that, I had to mention it because it's not the same director.
Oh, it's not as the first one. Who did the first one?
Stephen Herrick. I did not look the guy up. He might have done. He might have done better movies.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Don't let me. As we have said many times before, we're not director people. I don't really know. But I can tell you that he stepped away from this one because he said it's like this movie is a parody of a movie that was a parody already. And so I just don't even...
It's a bit harsh.
It is. But he's right.
I mean, I think it's kind of making fun of itself a little bit, but I don't think it's like a parody of a parody.
Well, no, he's saying the first one was already not real characters. They were parodies of Valley Dudes, like we said.
Yeah.
And so he's like, this movie isn't even saying like it's those guys anymore. This movie is, like you said, making fun of, but to an extreme. That's all he would say. He said the same thing you did. He just used different words. But he said to him, he couldn't be a part of it. Whereas in me and you are like, no, that's why I would want to do it.
That's why I would do this movie.
So again, the difference here wasn't in how he saw it. The difference is in how we see what it means. We all said the same thing, though. It is definitely
artistic differences.
Yes, that's what it is. That's what this is. Because again, at base level, we all say the same thing, which is that this movie is like, it's like the last one to the 18th degree, right? Like, I mean, it's like, let's ramp these characters up. They were already unbelievable.
Yeah, now we're just gonna like make it even more, crank it up to 11.
That's the difference here is that he's the kind of dude that was like, no, I'm gonna check out on that. And me and you are the kind of people that are like, no, I'm checking in hard for that.
Can we hit 12?
Yeah.
Like 11, is that really the limit? Can we go higher?
Yeah, so that's the difference. That's where the difference here is.
I can have aliens. Awesome. That's fine. I'll do the movie.
Before we really get into some of the smaller characters that we might have more to say about, obviously, Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
We got Bill S. Preston, Esquire, Alex Winters, who you guys all know, also from The Lost Boys.
Yeah.
He's one of the vampires. He also is now directing. He does behind the scenes.
Oh, good for him.
Now. He did the Zappa docudrama a few years back.
I saw the preview for that. I didn't watch it.
He directed that as like a throwback to the Zappa kids because they approved the studio using one of the Zappa songs in this movie.
Oh.
What a weird connected universe we live in, right? I know
everybody out there.
I know that might have got confusing. Everybody just know that because of this movie, we also later had Alex Winters direct the Frank Zappa movie.
So you said it slow. I think everybody got it.
I hope so. I was trying to remember. I was trying to make sure I didn't say it wrong. I was like tracing the people back in my own head. Like is this person to this person.
Follow the bouncing ball.
Basically.
Oh, what happened to those? I love those fucking cartoons where like the little ball and you'd sing
along
with
it.
Yeah, those were awesome.
Disney just owns the rights to like doing that very specific style of it.
Well, there should have like a whole. There should be like a whole like.
It's in the vault.
Ones.
No, it's in the vault. The whole concept is in the vault. They started not only vaulting movies, but concepts. They said, no, the whole concept of the sing-along. Vault.
I want everything out of the vault. I want Walt's fucking frozen corpse. I want all the cool movies and all the gimmicks. Bring them on out.
All right, before we go too far, I got to say these. I was going to tell you, the Peter Peter Hewitt, though, is the director we do like. He's not the one that said a parody of a parody of a parody or whatever it was.
He's the one like us that was like, fuck yeah, I'll
he
do
was
it.
like, I'm all in on that. Peter Hewitt also directed Tom and Huck.
Nice.
I
love that fucking movie.
I knew you'd get a pop out of that. That's why I had to wait and be like, I really want to wait and like get Bo's honest reaction.
That movie's fucking underrated. It's great.
Way
fucking movie.
good. Yeah,
doesn't it have
super
Natalie
good.
Portman in it?
Yeah. No. Rachel Lee Cook.
Yeah, that's who it is.
It's Rachel Lee Cook, Jonathan Taylor Thomas, and Brad Renfro.
Yeah, Brad Renfro.
Yeah. I think that's right. It's been a long time.
Dude, Indian Joe was legit scary to me when I was a fucking kid. Dude, that dude scared me.
Well, so you can thank the same guy who did this.
Preach.
He also did The Borrowers.
I like that movie too.
Yeah. I like the cartoon. The movie's always felt a little...
The special effects in that movie
It's
are
good.
great because the way the scaling and shit worked.
It's really good.
Awesome.
Yeah, they did the right amount of practical use of scale stuff, yeah. The last one I'll say, he was also Zoom. Do you know the movie Zoom?
No.
Tim Allen, Superhero School.
No, I don't know that one. There's a Tim Allen movie I missed.
It's not great. And he's not got a huge part.
Aw. I wanted him to be like the headmaster or something.
I think he is, but again, like
he's not like Dumbledore. He's not really there.
He's not. I mean, he's not. He is not a central. Maybe I don't even know, dude. Like it was technically after my time. I may have seen it once when I was like with someone younger, for like babysitting or something dumb.
Yeah.
But I've seen it once. I know I've sat through this thing one time. That's why when I saw the title, I was like, oh, I know what that is. I don't.
So better or worse than the Shaggy Dog movie?
Oh, well, I mean, that's not fair because I just have fondness for the original Shaggy Dog.
That's true.
Because that's the Flubber guy.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Flubber guy. Yeah.
We talked about that.
We talked about that on Flubber.
On the show.
Go watch that one, guys.
I have bad memory.
That's okay. So again, we always I realized I backtracked after because we jumped ahead to Alex Winters before I got to say the part about the movies. It's okay. We didn't really need to say a whole lot more about Alex Winters. I think we were good. We said the couple of things most people might know him from. Keanu Reeves. We don't even need to spend time on...
Who's that?
Well, in this he was Ted Theodore Logan.
Never heard of... What a weird name. Keanu.
It's like
that'll never get over.
Cool breeze in the wind or something weird. I don't remember exactly. Like, that's one of those factoids you learn at some point. You didn't know this?
He is a cool breeze in the fucking wind.
You can look. He used to do this. Again, it's just the reason you don't see it now is because he did it so many interviews in the early '90s that now he
doesn't need to explain it anymore
in interviews. Yeah, but if you want to go find it, you can find him.
You
can probably find a supercut of him like saying it over and over again. Yeah, different interviews. But yeah, if you want to find out exactly what it means, you can look it up when we're finished. For sure.
Of course, it fucking does.
But no, it definitely it has a cool as fuck.
It's something fucking cool.
As if Keanu Reeves wasn't cool enough, and he is. I am not trashing him.
Fuck him. My name means handsome.
Yeah. Again, Keanu Reeves is cool, dude.
Yeah, that's true. I wish I was that cool.
Again, like I was right to say, this is not a Spielberg moment. Don't let Bo try to fool you. We all think Keanu Reeves is cool.
He's the greatest.
He's the coolest dude in the world, and he's been proven to be cool in real life. Right? There are multiple.
You know how like most of the time you're like, I like that guy, and then somebody goes, well,
no,
and you're like, oh,
everybody's got cool
nothing bad to say
him.
about this guy.
Isn't he the celebrity who like, stuck on a bus with people one time, and he like bought them all like tickets home afterwards and shit. Yeah, dude,
like he rented like a car and loaded them up in it and drove them to a hotel,
a limo or something. Yeah, it was like a party bus or something. Yeah.
He was like, "Fuck cool this, dude. Guys, I got you."
Keanu Reeves, cool guy, in lots of cool movies. That's the problem here. Is I don't know what else we need to say about him.
John Wick.
He's John Wick. Well, he's also in Parenthood, and he's in again, dude. I could do this all day. He's man's been in 1,000 things. What I will point out about John Wick himself being in this movie when he was in this movie. This movie released 1 week after Point Break. So at the same time in 1991, you could see fucking,
Patrick Swayze and Keanu Reeves fucking high octane
police versus the bank robbers.
He's not an idiot in that movie.
Or you could see him.
Whoa.
Now the funny thing is, both of them are technically surfer bums.
I know. It's
like
they're
don't
twins.
be wrong.
They're twin brothers
No.
separated at birth, right?
Ted would never have surfed. You can tell by his clothes.
Yeah.
But he definitely is still using the cadence and speech like surfer bums.
He hung out
style.
with surfers.
Well, again, they were long.
They're long lost brothers.
The movies take place after they did meet up, right? And so like they both bled onto each other's personality just a little.
That's
bit.
why there's just a hint
yeah.
of Ted in Point Break.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Are you trying to remember his name? I can't.
I can't either.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. It's been ages.
I want to say Brody, but I'm like, no, that's
the other one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Patrick Swayze.
It's okay, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it.
It's gonna hurt my brain.
Yeah, well, but that's the problem. It'll freeze lock everything.
5 minutes later, cut to me just collapsing from aneurysm.
Outside of those two, there are big two. Obviously, who's the next one we should mention?
George Carlin.
George motherfucking Carlin.
Fucking Rufus.
Dude, and the way he plays Rufus. Like he's all in on this character.
He is. He's the other actor who's doing this super serious, but you wouldn't expect it from him because he's a comedian, but he still manages to drop the driest fucking jokes.
I feel like I don't even know, because I've seen him in so many other parts. I've seen him in other serious things, not being nearly as serious as this. It's so crazy, the juxtaposition to see George Carlin in these fucking situations, unzipping a woman's
and just like fucking,
but then still
delivering skin suit,
delivering very serious lines, talking about how he's got to save these two dumb knuckleheads from history so that way they can save the future. But he says it so serious, so
you believe everything about it.
I love it, dude.
But then he'll immediately turn around and drop a joke.
I feel like the George Carlin that decided to do these movies is the same George Carlin that decided to do Shining Time Station. Like, again, like just because he was like, people are really not going to understand me and my choices right now.
It's like, but I don't care. I'm having fun.
Right?
That's all that matters.
But I love it.
It's like when Sean Connery did that Zardoz movie. He's just like, this just sounded fun. Like,
right? I love it. I'm glad he's here. Well, again, and he's reprising his role from the first one. And again, both movies not actually that, like, we all know Rufus, we know the character's name, he definitely is important,
he's in it for
but he's not in he's both movies, he's not in either one.
He's in like
very much
end.
He drops in the first one, he drops off the phone booth, out, he's like
deuces.
In this one he tries to save the day, and then we
don't see him until
so much goes on, you forget that he's a character.
He's supposed to be lost in the time circuits,
right? Like, so much.
Forget all about it.
Not even a hint of him.
Nope. And then at the very end, it just pops out of that Miss Wardrow. Yeah.
What a weird
crazy 80s hair lady fucking pulls her head off.
Greer. We're getting there.
Fucking woof hair, though. It was out to here.
But yeah, dude,
3 cans of Aquanet minimum.
It's good. It's worth it. George Carlin, I feel like, again, this is what I'm saying about him. So little time.
But you'd been mad if he wasn't in the movie.
Oh, I would have hated it.
Absolutely.
I'm going to set you up right now. The third one was made after he died, so there is no.
Yeah, I know.
It's
why you gotta bring me down, man?
Kristen Shaw. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-mm.
I'll show you after this. She's a comedian / actress. I think she was on SNL for a few years and stuff.
I probably know her face.
I think that's who it was. Like, watch me say that and maybe
be completely wrong.
Totally say the wrong person's name. I'm picturing the right person because I did just watch it with the kids. But I'm definitely maybe not saying the right name.
Right.
Or the right name at all. Like, you're being really polite. I might not even be saying the right person's name. I could be doing that thing where you like,
over, man.
You know, where you like put the wrong name in your head.
Yeah.
I could be completely messing it up. But so someone is playing Rufus's kid, because random nice factoid moment. In case you didn't know, the way the movies are set up, the first one and then the second one and then I guess that one, the future is always supposed to be 700 years from whatever the date in the movie is.
Yeah.
So again, when we get to the third one, it's 25, 30 years after the second movie was made. So again, it's like that much further in the future. That's why Rufus is now dead. Like, you know, like it's time travel. It's timey-wimey. We could get... Yeah. They could have been like whatever they needed to say. But if you watch the movies... But point of contention, if you look this up on Reddit, people fucking argue about this. Because they're like, so wait a minute. I thought they were like 16 in the first movie, which would mean it's like a 5-year time jump to the second movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because they even say something like enjoying their 5th year in the 21st century.
No, they say the 5th year, which definitely implies a 5-year jump. But I'm just telling you, if it was 5 years, then technically, this is why I was telling you this. This is what you can find the arguments on Reddit. Because the on Reddit, so here's the thing. The future, we definitely know. Denomalos tells us.
Yeah.
Is whatever 91. So it's definitely, I guess we can do this. So it's 2691.
Yeah.
So if this isn't 91... It's only 698 years.
Yeah, so he's jumping the gun.
Maybe. But again, so people I
grew tired of waiting.
So the 5 years in story is the only thing that really messes up just being able to like write it off like, no, they were definitely just 18.
Yeah.
If we didn't have the 5-year line, everything else works. If they were just 18 and we wanted to say 3 years from the movie to this one, that works.
Yeah.
18, 21 explains why they can drink in front of his dad. Because again, they could drink, but they were doing it in front of fucking the police chief.
Couldn't fucking show the label to the camera though.
No,
the fucking awkward ass way
beer.
they're all holding the cans.
But so we all know they were definitely drinking. But yeah, the 5 years specifically, the fact that one line, one line
throws off like, all the math.
Everything else, though, we could have totally just been like, okay, well then I'll just say they were 18. They did, which I think makes more sense, right? Like, if you believe they're 16, they did all of that for a random school assignment.
Yeah.
I have a lot more belief that to graduate, they had to do all of that. Like, they fucked up so bad. The teacher was like the only way. But also, okay, I went down this rabbit hole. I should never have started this. So the other thing that Reddit points out is that I wish I would have wrote the user's name down. Because I feel like at this point, I feel like I should be giving these people credit, right? Someone pointed out that also the reason you would have to believe that they're 16, not 18, right? Is that Ted's dad... Chief Logan, I guess I don't even know if he was chief yet in the first one, but whatever his dad's name was, something Logan,
Cop Logan,
yeah,
Detective
exactly,
Logan.
Detective Logan, maybe in the first one, threatens him with going to military school. Well, if he was 18 and they were supposed to therefore be graduating, military school wouldn't be a threat because you would be in charge and be able to say, I'm not going to military school.
When he comes up and he's like,
it's
not too late. I was like,
no, in this one, it's way worse. Because no matter what, no matter if you want to believe time jump or if you want to believe they were 18, no matter what, they're at least 21.
Yeah.
It is the girl's 21st birthday. You can see the sign at the party. And then B, they're drinking beer. So the boys are 21. No matter what, in this one...
They're too old to go to a military academy.
Should they have... And all four of them
They're old enough to join the army, but not go to an academy.
And all four of them do it. The girls do it. Like, they're all four like...
oh, no.
And it's like... None of you guys should be afraid of that right now. Okay, we got to stop. But... I don't even remember how we got there because we were still talking about Rufus somehow and got there, but we will move on down the line here. I already said
you already admitted it was a rabbit hole and you shouldn't have started.
I shouldn't have started, yeah. So I'm not going to try to trace our way back out of that hole. We're just going to keep digging a different way.
Yep. We're going to go sideways now. We're not going to go down. We're going to go that way now.
Sometimes you just take the pun too far. I feel like we might have taken this too far. Miss Wardrow, like I already said, is... played by Pam Grier, who she is not even a character. Like, this is what's fucked up, right? Do you believe that she was always... Was there ever really a Miss Wardrow?
I don't think so.
So then we were getting very timey-wimey is what you're telling me, right? Because, like, we're dealing... Like, that's so Doctor Who time travel because we saw them interact with her at a point before we saw the bad guys hit...
arrive in...
But since Rufus was stuck in the time
So he arrived 4
circuits
years.
of time.
He arrived 4 years earlier, decided to start the Battle of the Bands thing, and then patiently waited for the Wild Stallions to get there.
Listen, if that's your theory, then I want to say to you, doesn't that mean that they were never supposed to be the people who fixed the future? That literally Rufus is the person who has made them be the people that fix the future by mingling with the events that much? Not even like before the first movie, he says it's just that he helped one assignment. That's that's minuscule in the light, like what you just said though, that he went back 4 years to do all the things to make sure that on this, and then also went back and fixed their school report, which guaranteed they'd end up in the place in the second. You get what I'm saying? The amount of manipulation there.
Fucking I'm with Captain Janeway. I hate temporal mechanics.
But so my point to you is that if we really go down this road, at any point, like Rufus is the one that decided.
Rufus is the actual meaning of the universe.
Well, I mean, he's at least the one that decided they can. I don't feel like
he just picked up.
He always says that it's the future. Like the future knows this. I feel like he made the decision.
I think he did too.
He didn't tell anybody else. We don't know his reasoning behind this. We don't know his motivation.
It's just to fuck over his gym teacher.
Maybe
the only reason.
It all comes back to that.
I should have won that sit-up competition in 27.
Thank you, because that is a good segue point for our next actor, which is going to be Chuck Denomalos himself. He is played by Joss Ackland. He's a British actor, obviously.
Yeah, you've seen him in something.
He's a very well-to-do guy.
Yeah.
He's very trained, very on top. He is on record,
a professional actor,
on record as saying he hated this. Didn't want to be here.
Come on, Michael Caine liked working with the fucking Muppets. What's your problem?
Just saying, that's what he's on record for. Now that being said, I'll go back to what you already touched on a little bit. If we didn't have him and Carlin
playing this completely
like
seriously,
it was like so earnestly real.
Yeah, like they're in a drama. This is a high sci-fi drama that these guys are
in the comedy movie that Keanu and Alex are in.
No,
100%. And it makes it. If we didn't have them being so serious, over the top,
it wouldn't have worked.
It would not have been it would not be the beautiful.
No, it would have been too schlocky
that we got, right? That officially, I would say, wraps up our big people, right? Yeah. I wouldn't say we got anybody else. The only things, real quick, I'll wrap up for us, real quick. No interruptions. This isn't going to be like everybody else. We'll go down this as we got Hal Landon Jr. is back as Ted's dad. Captain. He's a captain in this one. I don't know if he was a captain in the first one. I knew it was in my notes. I was like, I'm going to wait. I know I've got it.
I know it's here.
Well, because in movies, it's chief or captain. You never know. Yeah. They go one way or the other. Captain in this one. He was back. Patrick McNamara was back as Bill's dad. Both times in both movies, Bill's dad, tiny.
Yeah.
I would even forgive you if you didn't remember that he was in the first one. If you only remembered Missy, because just the joke that he's with
her
in the first one, right? But he was indeed in the first one.
Yeah.
He was in this one. Also very small in this one.
I'd forgive you for not recognizing him, because he looks awful in this one.
One scene leaned up against the fucking wall, sadly
eating a Twinkie. Just
and let's see. I feel like someone else. Oh, Missy. I did it. I did it to myself. Amy Stotz, who played Missy, she is also back. Those are with them and Keanu, George. They're the only that's our returning. Deacon, because we see a younger Deacon than what was in not the same Deacon.
Yeah, he's a baby.
One thing I want to tell you though is Hal Landon, who played Ted's dad, his dad is also in the movie, playing Thomas Edison. For the brief walkout
in the very beginning of it,
the brief walkout of
our old friend Thomas Edison.
Yes. I appreciate that.
Fuck him. The Faith No More guy is way cooler.
No, that's what I was going to say. That's the next one I wanted to say. I was like, because to me, Thomas Edison with Hal Landon was a good segue into the next one, which is Faith No More. Fucking Jim Martin Sir James Martin.
Sir
How
James
the American
Martin.
guy got knighted.
Because he's just that
He's
fucking
that
awesome.
good. I appreciate the fuck out of
Station!
this. That is also what I appreciate. It ties into the next thing. I love the drop of Station throughout the
entire movie.
It's the kind of thing as a kid I didn't appreciate how genius it was, right? Like, because you can't, like, you know, like every time you watch it, it's almost like new. So when you hear the first time, you forget that we're running into Station again. When I watched it this time, dude, he yells Station when he comes out. The evil robot us's yell Station. Dude, the constant name drop.
If you hadn't seen this before, you're like, are they just trying to like get over
now,
a new
I saw
catchphrase
somewhere
or something?
Now listen, I saw somewhere that it was all a typo. I don't know what that I didn't see any more.
What was it supposed to?
I don't know. That's what I was gonna say. I saw no more. So this might be one of those like it's completely
urban
made up.
Hollywood myth.
Because you feel like if that were true and we knew that, we'd know what it was supposed to be. And maybe there is more to it. I just didn't see it in some way. Because again, I look through a lot of random bullshit while I'm doing. Like I'm usually watching the movie 4 times plus looking through this while hearing the words. It gets distracting because sometimes I gotta stop and look at the movie and I look back and I'm like, where was I?
It's all getting jumbled together. I gotta mentally put everything in the right spot.
Yes, but so I don't recall seeing them say specifically what the typo, which is why I feel like maybe it's not true. Because we would know what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, that'd be one of those that's like one letter off. The fuck
but I can't think.
What is one letter off from Station?
Nothing.
Slation?
Nothing. Well, but you're forgetting early 90s autocorrect.
No, that's true.
So it could have just been, you know, like
Sitcom.
Word in Microsoft. Microsoft Works, because it would have been old enough it wouldn't have even been Word yet. It would have been Works. You remember when it was Works? Sorry. Throwing back the old school.
Fucking Windows 95, man.
Exactly.
Windows load 95. Up some fucking Doom and some Minesweeper.
So yeah, the only other Station is a good way to drop into. I love that the way you're helping me. Like you're literally hitting it down the way my notes are.
Nice.
Like
I swear I didn't read your notes.
Yeah, I know you didn't. You'll just swing from one thing into a good thing for me to say for the next one. So Station played by Ed Gale. Do you know who that is? Chucky.
Oh, cool.
He's also Howard the Duck. He's also Link in Spaceballs, the little thing in Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember its name.
Hollywood legend, tiny person. You know, he's up.
Dinklage.
He's up there with
Dinklage ain't got shit on me.
Well, no, I mean, he's neck and neck with like Warwick Davis, is what I would tell you. Which is, you know, like. Dinklage is that's new era. We're talking old school.
Who wins that fight? Warwick or this guy?
Warwick because of the leprechaun, just because of the leprechaun.
Yeah, the leprechaun.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess leprechaun versus Chucky.
Oh, dude.
I don't know now. Stop. We can't.
And Willow. He's got Willow.
Yeah, we're gonna be too off the.
And Professor Flitwick. I think he wins.
I don't know, dude. Howard the Duck is dope.
Oh, yeah. How do you love Howard the Duck?
Like I said, we'll leave this alone. This is people duke it out in our comments section.
Yeah, y'all fight about it.
Yeah, you guys figure out who it is. All right. One last thing, and then we can just rip into whatever we want to rip into. But this is because it's one of my favorite cameos in the movie, because it's not just a person, it's an entire band. Did you see?
Fucking Primus.
Primus is the band at Battle of the Bands. Which I have to say, though, why? Why is Primus like they were
win?
They were
easy
being
win.
themselves.
It's an easy win for them.
Primus is winning Battle of the Bands.
Oh, totally.
Right?
There's no way they can't.
There's no question here.
There ain't no local fucking San Dimas band gonna beat fucking Primus.
I mean, Jesus Christ, Bill and Ted weren't, and they were destined to write the song that would change the future.
You're gonna bring a fucking shitty Kiss song up against Primus in the early '90s? Get out of here.
Try and knock God from God gave rock and roll
at this venue with a bunch of indie bands and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna knock that
song.
I'm gonna knock that. You're gonna get booed off
stage.
But
now tell me though, was it not?
It was a great way to end
with?
the movie.
Okay,
That I agree with, but real life, you're getting booed off
against
stage.
Primus for sure. The people who were there to see Primus would be like, "What is this?"
That dude in the front row with the Primus T-shirt,
like,
he's throwing something.
What
man.
is this traditional song?
Right?
This traditional rock and roll.
Get
Get that out of here. We're all about the
This
progressive.
isn't 1983 anymore, man.
We're all about the progressive rock here, bitches. We want to see what all we can do with this shit. Sorry, we went off on a little bit of music.
Kiss,
yeah.
No hate against Kiss. Just
I mean, it's all good. I'm a music person. It's much like movies. It's actually pretty hard to offend me.
Yeah.
There are some things I wouldn't say they offend me. There are some I prefer.
It's just like, I don't care.
But in general, I'm not the kind of guy who's just automatically like hears something that's like fuck.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's not really a
You're
thought.
stupid for listening to that.
It's not really a thought that ever goes through my head. And when I hear people react that way, I'm like, I don't even understand how you get to that.
Why are you so angry, bro?
Yeah,
it's not that serious, as the kids say.
Chill down, Kyle. Bring it down, man. In every aspect of Bring It Down, Kyle.
Yeah.
Both Dead Man on Campus and like
that one.
modern Kyle. Bring it down, Kyle.
Let's all just chill now.
All right, now that we're done with people, I have one. Well, I mean, I am full of interesting facts because that's all I've just spent.
That's all we've been doing.
That's why
so
That's why it takes us so long to get through people. Is because now that we're doing it in a different format, I'm like, let me sprinkle the random knowledge I picked up throughout all.
Do you know
of
that
these
guy was in
people.
this?
Oh shit! And then we do have to mention one more person. Fuck, we didn't mention Death.
Oh, we didn't.
How did we skip past?
Oh
Death,
my god!
Dude? So obviously
he's in a bunch of shit.
Well, and he's also like in a bunch of this movie. Like, I mean, Jesus, we talked about George Carlin's in nothing, and then we skipped over Death. What are we doing?
He's in like the last half of this whole movie.
Well, and he's scattered through the first because he makes a little entrance.
No, his entrance is so cool. Okay. It's totally
William Sadler. Stop.
Yes.
before we do it to ourselves again, William Sadler. And again, as Bo said, he's in everything, dude. Like, so if you watch Tales from the Crypt, he's been in tons of episodes.
He's in the episode with the electrician and he like electrocutes people.
He's like the Grim Reaper in an episode 2, almost doing this. He is also in the Demon Knight movie.
Yeah.
He's the first person who was Demon Knight. He was the first one killing. Well, no, he wasn't the Demon Knight. He was the other one. The Demon Knight was Billy Zane. Because he was, okay.
I love Billy Zane.
I do too. But so, again, though, William Sadler was in that. He was also in Bordello of Blood. You might not have known that. He's the mummy.
I did know that.
Well, our viewers, it's not always.
I want to show them up. I got to keep my cred.
Also, Die Hard 2.
Shawshank Redemption.
Rocket Man,
he's the commander.
Yeah, dude. Again, disturbing behavior. He's in a fucking
Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine. In my notes, it literally says, "Let's see if Bo recognized the DS9 connection."
Oh, totally. I wrote him as Sloan through my entire notes.
I'm glad that you got it. I'm not a DS9 fan, but I was like, I still know who he is, and I'm gonna make sure. I was like, if Bo didn't, I would feel bad.
At me.
Yeah.
I got all the other Star Trek references,
but
in
you
the
didn't get this
but
one.
I didn't get that one.
I would throw that in your face every time we talk DS9 after this. I would be like, how did you not? I don't like DS9. I got that one. I don't do it, but you did, so I can't. You win.
We're doing the Our Man Bashir episode where he's just like all through it, and he's like, "How about? Remember when you forgot?"
All right, and now that we're completely done with people, now that we again we apologize. We apologize. Again, you've also seen William Sadler in 1,000 TV shows, like more TV shows than I can tell you.
His IMDb is huge
because he is that type of dude. Like he's not on he's not a guy who's like full seasons. He's a guy who's popping in, but doing like big characters. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a character from a show you'll remember. Forever.
I'm the 3-episode arc villain,
bad guy,
of
or
this
something.
episode.
So again, William Sadler, we love you. We're sorry we forgot you. It's just we got caught up in things. We're excited.
You're still alive. George Carlin was dead, so we had to throw him.
We definitely had to throw him a bone for sure.
Right, he is still alive. Right.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
You're good. Yeah. So it is what it is. Now I can tell you my factoid that I've been jumping at the bit to tell you. So we are in a time travel movie. We need to tie it to other time travel. I mean, the beauty of doing time travel movies is that you get to have kitschy jokes about other time travel things, right? The mall that they went to for the Building Emporium,
it's
the same mall from Back to the Future.
Is it?
It's the same
the
mall.
Same one?
Same one.
Twin Pine Malls.
Yes. They don't name it.
Lone Pine. Sorry.
Yeah. So I don't. That's one of those things. Like I seen it listed. I don't know if they mean filming location. If they mean they're trying to say it was. I just know that in the somewhere it is supposed to be the same mall.
Nice.
I would imagine filming location, right? Like,
That's what I would think.
They filmed it in the same parking lot, is what they're trying to say.
That's what I would think too.
I would imagine. This is the problem about when you find some of these things, when you cross-reference them.
Yeah.
They just get copy and pasted to so many different places. It's hard to even find more information sometimes. They just say that.
Speaking of fun film locations, the very first open shot of the movie, it's fucking Starfleet Academy. Or headquarters. Or the planet with the super fit people where they tried to kill Wesley.
The amount of
use this a lot.
The amount of Star Trek in this movie. Again, you guys might have noticed when we did our whole intro and everything until we got here, we made a lot of random Star Trek references. It's because the movie
is full of them.
The movie did it in such a way that we felt like we only do justice to the movie by sprinkling our own in.
Yeah,
as
clearly the writers were huge fans.
So we, again, like Bo already said to me, and I knew this, so they film at what's the name of the rock?
I can't remember.
It's like Devil's Rock or something. It's something.
Vasquez. It's Vasquez Rock.
That's right. Devil's Rock, I think, is what it's called in one of the thousands of TV. Again, it's a location that's used in lots of TV shows.
Lots of stuff.
But very famously used in early Star Trek as many times as they could get away with.
Yes. Watching that episode when they're commiserating.
So
I can relate. I do that too. It's like when I'm sad.
And then after,
just drink beer and watch Star Trek.
What's funny is shortly after the scene where they watch it,
they get
thrown off
of it.
So
the exact same shot too. Them going up it. It's awesome. I love it.
They twist the color.
Yeah.
Did you see it? They like literally while you're watching, they twist the color just a little bit so that way it matched the color.
Give that little 60s grain a little bit.
Had that pinkish sky for no reason. Yeah, dude. I.
It's one of my favorite parts of the whole movie is when they recreate the Kirk going up the rock shot.
It was good. So
I want to do that one day.
This movie, as Bo already said, is very different from the first one. It's time travel, but on the edge of time travel, right?
Yeah.
The only time travel happening is from the evil
evil robot us's.
So we have Chuck Denomalos. He's our bad guy. He's Rufus's former gym teacher.
Which you don't find out till the very end of the movie. It's one of the best jokes.
It's so
He's
good.
just like, my old teacher, my best pupil. And then
we
fucking end of the movie,
end.
he's just like, yeah, he was my gym teacher, sit-up champion of 2077 or whatever
yeah,
the fuck.
It's so good, dude. You're just like, oh, what? Where did that... Again, coming from...
Hour and a half to get the punchline.
Coming from the two serious people, too.
Yes.
Like, it was so good. But he has created two, as he would say, automatons.
These are mere automatons.
Did you hear? He doesn't call them robots. He goes, I have made my
They have been programmed to my will.
I love
the way he fucking talks.
Yes, dude, so good. But so he sends the evil robot Bill and Ted's back to just wreak havoc on the Bill and Ted timeline.
Yep.
He does not... I don't even understand what his end goal is. Just... he doesn't like the idea of a utopian. He doesn't like peace towards all men.
He never specifies. I guess you have to read his book that he hands out later.
He does hand out. Yeah, he says this will be the new history after my changes have been made.
Fucking dudes that are just, what a shithead.
Yes, dude. Oh my god.
Sir James.
It's he sends them back, and then they kill. They do.
They do. They totally kill Bill and Ted.
They succeed. They also succeed in running off the princesses. Like they do really like the
plan goes according to plan.
The problem was never them.
No.
The movie, like you think back sometimes, and you might think to yourselves like, oh, they just weren't good. No, they performed perfectly,
flawlessly. Just one little tiny kitsch in the plan.
The kitsch here being that.
Apparently, you can just come back from the dead.
The kitsch here, it really is. There's one linchpin. We always talk about this. There's like sometimes there's that linchpin. That linchpin where if you could change one thing, it could actually have. And it's small. It's a small thing. Could change everything. You know what the small thing was? If Missy wasn't having a seance that night.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been.
They wouldn't have sent to hell.
They just would have aimlessly wandered around.
Because I don't feel like they ever would have yelled for death for the Grim Reaper to come back again. Like we do meet him before they go to hell, But hell is what makes them call for him again.
Yeah.
If they were just walking around as ghosts, if they were jumping into Ted's dad and the random fat cop.
Death keeps following him. He keeps every time they turn around, he's doing his fucking seventh seal entrance again.
The seventh seal reference is something we have to talk about because it's not even just when he does that.
It's the same tone in the movie.
The fact that they're playing a game is from Seventh Seal because it's chess. Like all of it. Like they stole their death from Seventh Seal. Yeah. From Ingmar Bergman.
Is it Ingmar?
I think so.
Ingar?
Or Ingar?
It's
one of the two. From Bergman.
Bergman.
Well, let's go with that. From Bergman. They stole from Bergman.
If you haven't seen it,
it's classic.
It's really good.
Like that's film school level film.
Yeah,
it's. I mean,
even I can't shit on this.
You'll learn yourself something. Go watch it for sure.
You want to like masterclass of like dark and cinematic fucking movie. There you go. Not a lot of dialogue though.
But that was our linchpin. If Missy wouldn't have had the seance, it would have changed everything.
Yeah, that's very true.
But yeah, so they go to hell again. That's what I want to point out. Bill and Ted were never supposed to go to hell, right? Like they weren't the kind of people whose souls would have went to hell. Like
I'm a little surprised their spell worked because she's like all evil spirits. And I'm like, well, they're not evil. They're just kind of dumb.
It is what it is.
Yeah. The magic works even if you're just a good spirit. You're going
the magic spell of Ed and Chris rule the world. You mean?
No, you say it backward.
Yeah, I know.
I
do give everybody. Well, here's something I did. So I mentioned to Bo before we recorded that. Okay, so again, you hear what you think is a magic spell in that scene, but it's really just them.
Varata Necto.
Okay, so it's like this, right? It's like what he said, but so they're just saying Ed and Chris rule the world. What I didn't tell you was that the two guys in this scene, the only two men in that scene, that's Ed Solomon and Chris
Is
Matheson.
it really?
That is literally them sitting in a room having made people say they rule the world while sitting with them.
The guy who wants to meet Clark Gable.
Yes.
I'll have to meet Clark Gable.
And what's funny is, so again, they're the writers. They also, if you go to IMDb and you will look up those characters, right? The characters' names are the stupid-looking guy and the dumb guy, or it's very
stupid
funny.
Guy and the dumb guy,
or it's the ugly one and the stupid guy. It's like the stupid-looking guy and the ugly-looking guy, or something like that. You figure out which one's which.
That's the eternal argument. They get together every Christmas and fight about it. No, you're the dumb one. No, you're the ugly one.
Yeah, so
fuck you. I'm prettier than you, and you know it.
That was the thing that changed everything, because without that, though, we would never have gotten to hell. If we weren't in hell, we wouldn't have dealt more with the Grim Reaper, and then we wouldn't have gotten to heaven. Linchpin.
Yeah, it's very
all
true.
right there for sure.
Movie doesn't happen without Missy and her weird rich white girl interests.
Oh man, dude. And I absolutely love, and it's one of those, I feel weird saying this because I'm normally that guy that hates a joke that goes too far, right? Like when you watch a movie and you see the thing and it's like they do it so much that you're like
more than 3 times,
and you're like, okay, too much, right?
Rule of 3.
Or it's too many times or too long, right?
Mm-hmm. But Family Guy does that a lot. The joke goes too long.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I love the falling scene.
It's the menu screen for the DVD. Do you remember that?
No, I do. Do you remember? I was going to say this to you. Do you remember how many times me, you, or our respective wives would fall asleep with that on?
And you just wake up to...
Because it was one of the DVDs that never ended, right?
Yeah.
Like some DVDs, the title screen will still stop.
Nope, it just goes on a loop.
And 3
in the morning.
It's a never-ending loop. It's not even like they perfectly synced it up to where the scream sounds continuous.
Yeah, just constant. You wake up like 3 in the morning.
I'm glad that you remember. Obviously you can't not remember waking up to screaming like that. But I'm glad that I am not the only. Like when me and Dee were watching this, that was one of the first things she said to me. She was like, "God damn, I love this scene, but something about it it's not as enjoyable after the like
snapping awake at 3 in the morning, like
fourth time.
God damn it!
The 4th time of waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning,
just starting the movie so it'll stop.
Please, for the love of God, just leave me alone."
It's like the Friends fucking theme would play on the Friends DVD, just on a loop.
Yeah. it is a very fun scene in the movie, but I'm normally that guy that's like,
Let's kind of skip past
I
this a
don't
little
like
bit.
those type of jokes, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I have always loved that. I love the scream. They stop, they talk to each other, they scream. You want to play 20 questions?
What are you? A mineral? Are you a tank? Wow, totally, man. Yeah.
Dude, I love it.
And then they smash into the rock.
And again, like, the conversations they have, not even, like, again, I'll give the writers, they did great. It's always fun interacting between the two of them. The kind of shit that they say to each other after they actually die in the movie, like, is great. Like dude, I'm gonna leave you my
Megadeth collection.
When if I die, and he's like, we're already dead.
Oh,
dude, then they're already
they're yours, man.
Shut
Thanks,
up.
man.
The non-heinous. Do you know what's funny?
It's grammatically correct.
It is every time. I know this because way back in the day.
It sounds wrong because he said first time it's like that was non-heinous.
But if you count them, it's always right. And you know what's funny? Way back in the day, you know, I've said this before on other episodes. I used to have HBO as a kid, and they'd always have those in between like long
featurette
like mini
things.
documentary
Yeah, I
type
remember
things.
those.
I tried to look to see if I could find it for this one. It doesn't. I can't even find it anywhere.
Not on. Nobody
There was
saved
there
that.
was a new documentary made in 2016. I couldn't find it.
Goddamn.
But it apparently existed, but I can't find it. But so, and I'm sure they used the footage from the original
I'm sure.
this one, because the HBO one had so much stuff to it, dude. Like, that's the thing. Like, it was so in depth. But yet, one of the things was them interviewing Alex Winters and Keanu Reeves about like the use of the heinous and non-heinous. And it's, again, like, the interview was from before anybody had seen the movie, and so the two of them were excited when the question comes, because they're like, wait till you see the new one. Because if you thought, like, in the first one, because they would just say heinous and then non-heinous, and that was it. He was like, but we always make sure that we pay attention.
Yeah.
You're like, heinous is bad. Non-heinous is good. You follow from there.
Non-heinous is still good because it's not
but you're just
non-heinous.
Just like, imagine each non being a different underline under the version, right?
Yeah.
Like, so if it's the evens, it's good. If it's odds,
it's bad.
Oh, no, I said that backwards. I just said it. Heinous is bad, so 0, and then 2s.
2.
So, yeah, evens is bad, odds is good. Just remember that. But so, yeah, in the movie...
The formula of heinous.
Right? In the movie, when the first time, like, they see the things running, that is non-heinous. I love it. If you count it,
no,
it's
dude,
right.
that's some scary shit. Like, well, maybe not the Easter Bunny bit, but definitely Granny.
Listen.
Granny S. Preston Esquire coming down the fucking tunnel.
Their version of Oates was scary.
Yeah, that was scary, too.
But yeah, no.
I would have ran and tackled the Easter Bunny.
I saw somewhere that in one of the original versions of this, so not in the original, not when so, you know, like, not the storybook Tom and Huck. Now it makes that director line connect, right?
It makes it
they were possibly going to be in a storybook world for that one. But in, like, the real, in this one of the possible, like, plot developments was going to be that the evil robot thems were also going to have a device that allowed them to bring the personal hells out against them in the real world. And so it would have brought both the bunny and Granny into the real world. And the only way they could have stopped it would have been to do what he would have had to kiss Granny.
Yeah.
And
I guess give Deacon.
Ted would have had to call Deacon.
Yeah, I guess give Deacon his candy.
Yeah. But so
do 1,000 push-ups for Colonel Oates.
Again, you see quickly why.
Yeah, man, I gotta graduate my PT test.
Like, the idea sounds fun, but it quickly fizzles. When
it's like, well, that's kind of stupid.
Well, plus, like we already said, like the idea of doing the storybook. Well, did we do that only in? I don't even know if we said
we were
that
out
on
there
episode.
when we talked.
So
about
yeah,
it.
One of the sequel ideas that they had, the writers, was going to be to do this, but like do a true sequel to the first one.
Yeah. They were going to fail English, so they had to do an English assignment or something.
And so they would have went through storybook world.
That's cool.
But it doesn't fit.
But it doesn't fit the lore of the first one.
Right? And so to me...
How does the time booth
So to me, the second the robots would have been able to summon what we saw as their personal hell.
Yeah.
Hey, how would they have known?
True.
How do they tap into that?
Yeah.
it gets weird, right? It stops being
We can
the movie
break.
we're in.
We can break into the warp of the universe and pull things from hell.
Well, it's the same reason why originally, and I think in the comic books this is still there because the comic book was made from a different draft, an earlier draft than what the movie was. The ending shows that Denomalos and the robots are in hell, which quickly falls apart because all sci-fi fans, which is what watch Bill and Ted, because like it or not, it is time travel.
It's sci-fi.
You get a lot of sci-fi fans there. It's like American Doctor. It's the real American Doctor Who, not the Doctor Who, the movie that we've covered.
That's a movie. Who wins in a fight? Doctor Who or Rufus?
But the American Doctor Who.
Yeah, the American Doctor Who.
We gotta be specific.
Go watch our episode.
Yeah. But so because this is really that, right? Like this is truly the American Doctor Who. But so yeah, that the world's just got.
Yeah, how do you go into a book though?
Well, and so the world's that's hard to believe.
How do you pull something from fucking hell or heaven or whatever?
It's tapping into that same kind of like, it's not. Like, heaven and hell is already crazy, right?
But they died, so I'll
travel,
give you an excuse.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
But the second you're like, oh, these people who were just time-traveling robots somehow have access to hell, too. Or they're going to hell.
Denomalos sold his soul in a ritual that we didn't see to get the technology to make the robots.
See, but then now you're
And the devil gave him a special program.
You're getting too much fantasy sci-fi crossover.
But then it stops being a comedy movie.
Well, even when you just want to do fantasy sci-fi crossover stuff, right? Like this movie works because the fantasy is the fantasy part. Heaven, hell, and whatever. They're not using the phone booth to travel there. They went there because of other reasons.
Metaphysics bullshit. Right? Magic.
It's separate.
Yeah.
The time travel happens on the real world.
Because you can really do that.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
But the second you say the time traveling robots,
if Rufus shows up halfway through the movie and like pulls them out of hell, right? It's like fuck, you kind of lost me here.
Exactly, right? Like that's I'm not there.
I want to like it,
but
because you're George Carlin, but it's kind of stupid.
Yeah, see, exactly. Like I'm not quite there.
Yeah,
you can't give me.
You can't mix the two completely.
You gotta leave them.
I like
separated.
how they did it. They just kind of bookended it. You got the time travel at the ends.
Yes.
And you got all the metaphysics bullshit in the middle.
It's perfect. It works.
Little aliens
so well.
throw in there.
Station.
You think the station are the aliens who died at Roswell? Is that like the implication?
No, not at all.
Or is it just
not at all
dead beings?
Because no matter what, dude, Roswell are grays.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like when you see drawings of people who supposedly seen it, Roswell aliens are very specific, and they are that type of alien. These guys, Station.
They're Martians.
But again, the look, that's very specific.
They look like the gnomes from like shit. There's a movie was back in the day. They called himself the Gnome.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
To me, they look like weirdly anthropomorphic anteaters.
Yeah, I can see that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Big nose.
Yeah.
And gigantic butts.
Well,
just outlandish.
No, look,
ass crack goes all the way up.
When they're just little guys, it's not that bad. The butt's not crazy until they merge, which is the thing about
Superstation.
Station merges into one.
TBS.
Station, we gotta stop. Station being the most intelligent being in the universe, right? Like we have to. When they got to finally through the whole movie,
after they get through hell, they challenge death.
They challenged death to his multiple games because he wouldn't let them win.
Best of 7, you're damn right.
They end up in heaven, and they needed to get the advice of the smartest person in the universe. They get sent to Station. Death's line was great, right? You thought the smartest person in the universe was going to be the
From
human?
Earth?
Yeah, like what?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Then we
poor summer child.
Dude, Station is
playing
great.
charades with like Einstein and Ben Franklin and shit.
Smokey and the Bandit 3.
Smokey is the bandit.
Real reference. Real joke.
Apparently.
Real line. Yeah, Bo didn't know this. I had to throw it to him. Bo was like, oh, the one where Smokey is the bandit. And I said, no. In real life, that's not. Well, I mean, there is that. But you never saw that. You never watched the one.
Yeah,
where
I was like,
Smokey is the bandit.
Saw it at Movie Warehouse years after I saw this movie. I was like, oh, that is a real movie.
No, it's so Smokey and the Bandit 3.
I should have watched it.
Yeah, Smokey and the Bandit 3, real movie.
Yeah.
Smokey is not the bandit in the one you can rent.
Yeah.
But there was a cut originally for test audiences where Smokey was the bandit, where Jackie Gleason was both the police officer chasing and the guy who was running.
It was just too deep for the test audiences.
No one got it.
Everybody
complained.
It was a real like in-depth analysis of a man trying desperately to like catch himself and find himself, and they just didn't get it. We got robbed.
The crazier thing than even the movie.
No, I'm sure it was trash.
Well, no, I'm sure it was nuts. I'm not trying to say that was nuts, but to me, the crazier thing about all of this than the movie itself is the fact that there's a joke about it in this movie made in 1991, like a decade after that movie came out.
Yeah.
But nobody, like, this is pre-internet.
Nobody knew a thing about it, right?
It was post-internet, like way post-internet world.
You told me it was like 2010 or something. Yeah.
When the world was like,
oh fuck, that was a
really
real thing.
Knew that happened. That there was actually a test one made.
They just reshot all the bandit stuff.
Like in 1991, the world in which people knew that was true and understood the joke was so small.
They wrote that for like the 3 people in the studio.
The number of people that were at home in
the
real
grips.
audiences that saw that and were like, I seen Smokey and the Bandit 3.
That didn't happen.
Smokey wasn't the bandit.
It was for Tony the Grip. He worked on that movie.
That's what I'm telling you right now. Like,
it made him laugh.
So specific.
Should have seen it. We were filming. He was dying.
But because of that, it's one of those things that nowadays when people throw that fact out, you hear a lot of random facts from movies. Like, you see the shorts or the whatever, right? And you're like, well, that's hella interesting. That one's not that one doesn't do well for people. Because most people are like, oh, I already knew that. Not because they really already knew it, but because they heard it in this movie to the point that they were like, when they hear it for real, they're like, oh, yeah, Smokey is the bandit.
But they don't get that it was just a super deep inside joke at the time.
So to me, if you're going to make the short, you need
clarify.
to do that.
Yeah.
You need to start there. You need to be like, in Bill and Ted 2, they make this, like, that's the start. That's the start. That's the part where you're like, people are going to be like,
oh shit. Are you serious?
Right? Like, that's the one where it's jaw dropping.
Nobody would have known that in 91, though.
No, like, again, like you already said,
it was
the grit. Like you said, the grit.
They did it for the guy.
Like, he's the only one that got that.
He spit his coffee through his nose. It's great.
Yeah, so then they make their way through there. They go back. Station comes with them to help. Again, they were asking for help. I don't know what they wanted per se, because they weren't very specific with
no, they just said we need somebody to help us beat
something.
The evil robot us's.
I gotta give it to God that God said, let me give you a guy who can make other battle droids
from nothing,
because
just
wouldn't you expect
dustbusters
wouldn't you expect the plan to be like maybe less violent? No, God said battle
droids. Go fuck them up.
Battle droids v battle droids. That's what I wanted to see.
He just wanted to see cyborg battle. That's all he wanted.
And so now we get the good robot us's versus the bad robot us's, evil robot us's.
I don't even know if it
thems. Shouldn't we be saying
the
thems?
robots?
It's
thems?
The good robot themses versus the evil robot themses. It's not us's.
Yeah,
I'm not up there.
I'm not up there. That's right. English is hard. Don't even worry about it.
Well, also,
can we even call it versus? Because it's not like the evil ones even put up a fight.
Hey, look, their blocks got straight knocked off, looking like
rock'em
sock'em robots.
They just kind of went, I think we've met our match. Dude, good job.
No, look, because they knew when they saw the good
awesomeness.
Robot themses come out and do the, like, robotic breakdance. Both rocking, did you notice, like, the thumb pinky?
Yeah.
I don't like that scene was so balls to the wall, dude. Like when they come in,
catch you later, Bill and Ted. Catch you later, Bill and Ted.
Like rock'em sock'em
right,
robots.
They stick their chins out.
And the way the robots, the good ones move, like it's totally like that. Like only moving at the shoulder, like they do that like square punch move. Yes, dude. I probably this is one of those movies I'm not gonna lie, I owned illegally. My dad taped from HBO on a tape, and I
had all the Star Wars and the featurette thing you were talking about, but
and so I played this tape until it was probably damn near worn at the punch in the head. Like
I saw the little static lines across
it. I would replay the
because they look so funny when they come through the wall. They're just like
they're doing like the robot.
Yeah,
like
super fast.
Yes, it's so cool.
Well, they got to cover like 10 feet distance to get to them.
But so at that point, you're like, oh, it's over.
Yep, movie's done. Yay.
Anomalos has lost, even though this is being broadcast to the world. All that happened is his loss got broadcast. No, though. Then we get the moment where they pull back the funnest, dumbest joke from the first one. Like because in the first one, they're in the police station.
Just like, we need to remember after we beat him to come back and find something to beat him with. Like what? Like a sandbag. Huh? And the sandbag falls.
But
a cage.
Well, what kicks this one into overdrive? So again, like we said, the whole point of this movie was to take the first one and ramp it up, right? So in the first one, when they did this, it was in the police station. They do the
to try and break everybody out.
But it would be dope if someone left this here for us. And so they're doing it, but then since they're dealing with bad guy who time travels, he starts doing it. He's like, oh, but what if I knew because of what you guys did? So I went back in time and left myself the key.
And another gun, which just magically appears from nowhere, I might add. It just teleports.
No. Again, the end gets so wild. Again, for the first movie tries to really live in a world where no, this is real. Time travel happens.
If you really think about it, it tracks.
Everything you see could have, they could have done the things they said they went to the past to fix from the future, right?
Came and left Dad's keys.
This time does not, because like you said, the gun one is so what? He time traveled like the Flash so quickly we didn't see, and put a gun in his own hand and then left. Because if not,
left
a
little cool rotoscope flash of pink too,
right?
just to.
It would have to be.
That's him flashing past the camera.
It would have to be, because if not, it would make no sense.
It's Ted. Right? It's the orange jacket flashing.
Something. But the main draw here is that Denomalos thinks he's good, but he's not as good as Bill and Ted.
He should have known. He should have known, because as soon as he gets the gun, they smile and look at each other like.
But what if we went back and supplied the second gun with a fake gun?
Because what you forgot is the only person who can go back and set this stuff is the person who wins, and that's us. Ha! And then Ted's dad, out of nowhere, fucking handcuffs, arresting him and shit.
We got Rufus coming in.
Yeah, Rufus fucking pulling his
fucking
Miss Wardrobe.
Dude, the end was so...
It just, we gotta wrap this up.
So wild, dude. So wild. So much stuff happening.
Like, here, come on, we gotta wrap all this up. And then finally, they're like, all right, let's play our show. Oh, shit, we still don't know how to fucking play.
Oh, I got this.
I love this part. This was great.
They came back looking
like ZZ Top.
Literally, no, both of them. Did you know that? If you go back and look up at photos of 1991 ZZ Top, even the soul patch and mustache it's the one who didn't used to have the fucking beard. He was rocking that for a little bit.
Looked like a fucking pirate.
They are ZZ Top. They are literally supposed to be ZZ Top when they come out, dude.
They come back with a kid.
Kids. They both have a kid on their back.
Little Bill and Little Ted.
They keep that in the third one.
Oh, nice.
But you find out neither of them are boys. It's actually Bill, as in Billy, and Ted, little Ted, is Thea, but they call her Ted.
Nice. I didn't even think of that. I forgot that there were girls in the third one.
Yeah. So it still makes sense.
Saw the trailer.
Still makes sense, though.
Yeah, it does.
And
it would be something they would do.
Yes. Still worked. So good. I love it. Love the continuity.
I do, too.
That far away. We got it. Again, this movie is amazing.
I love this
Death
movie.
comes back. The end is great. The music number.
I love it. When the
little street sweeper.
Yeah, he does his little rap thing.
Yes. I came up with that.
Yeah.
It's not his. It's famous. It's a famous line. The little street sweeper.
Yeah.
come dance with
the Reaper.
Yes. Oh, but the way he delivers it.
Apparently, Reaper rap is all the rage in the
yes,
in the
because
newspaper
that
at
went
the end
number
of
one
it.
by itself. He didn't even need the Wild Stallions. For that one. It was all him.
He was a guest spot. He's got his own
He is though
thing
now
going.
officially a member of the Wild Stallions, right? Like we can agree.
He's got a
was
solo.
on stage.
He's got a solo tour though, and
Their giant show in the Grand Canyon. It's one of the things that's mentioned.
I love the fucking all the newspaper shit.
The first band to play on the moon.
That was
one of
good.
them? Yeah, dude. Like, oh man, the movie closes out with
sold out. First band sell out the moon.
That's right. Excuse me.
So apparently there's somebody got there first, but it was a small show.
Now, originally I was gonna come and talk to you a little bit about some of the stuff that happened in the third one that disproves some of the stuff that happened in this one. And now, well, I probably would have saved that originally because our new format doesn't work that if we want to go back.
Yeah.
We would have been like, this is a double episode. But also, you didn't watch it, and so I don't want to spoil anything for you. So now I will definitely wait.
We'll find another beer.
We are officially at the end of our show, but we still need to do our new one.
Our new segment.
Piece, our thing. I still haven't came up with a name. I still need to come up with... It's fine. We'll
find something one day.
Never try to do it on the spot.
Comment section, help us out.
Unless you were going to look in your notebook and read it to me. I don't want to hear you.
Nope, I have nothing.
I know you don't. I could see from the look because you did the... And it was like, Bo, if you're not telling me, don't try to think. We're going to come up with a good one.
One of those things, just like I thought of something a week ago and then
forgot to write it down.
Completely fucking forgot
That's how it works. We need to remember to write. It needs to be important enough. We'll remember to write it down.
Exactly.
But so until we come up with a better name, it is just the thing that takes you out of the movie.
Do you want to
go?
Me?
Do you want me to go? You went first last week. I'll go first this time. The thing that took me the most out of the movie, again, like we said, every week this is going to be different. It doesn't literally mean like it has to be serious. It doesn't have to be the kind of movie will determine the thing, right?
Yeah.
The thing that took me the most out of the movie for this one is twofold.
Okay.
One is super specific, but it connects back to a very like, one is dumb and specific, but it connects back to something that is less dumb and broad for the movies.
Okay.
And it's the clothing in the future.
The foam.
Fat neoprene. It's
foam.
neoprene.
Yeah,
it's all neoprene. Like they've shaped
it looks so uncomfortable.
So it takes me out because it's so fucking weird. Dude.
Yeah.
The boots being like
gigantic.
Speaking of Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers, the movie, it feels very much like the way some of the boots and shit in that movie looked, right? Like there's like you're like, what?
Why?
The fuck
No
am
one
I
would wear
at?
that.
It's 3 times the size it should be. Why?
But then you
shoulder pads out to here on George Carlin. What was that, dude?
Oh no!
He unzips the costume with the neoprene on.
Seth Rollins is just ripping off fucking this movie's wardrobe. That's all he does.
But so you get what I'm saying, right?
Big foam shit, giant boots, shoulder pads.
The neoprene is very weird. So that's the dumb.
That's the dumb
right,
one.
Specific, right? But the actually kind of intelligent thing it connects to that's a little bit broader is we saw the future in the first movie.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wore that.
Yeah, they didn't.
It was a cave. They walked into essentially
a
a shiny cave.
Yeah, and the phone booth is a crystal originally before it turns into a phone booth.
There was no brightness. There was no lights. There was no shiny city.
Yeah.
But it was still supposed to be utopia. It was just not shiny.
It was a more chilled utopia.
Right.
We don't.
Oh, and it was chill.
We don't brag about it.
Okay, because it was slow. So again, chill, right?
Right.
I don't buy that in 3. Again, if we were supposed to believe 3 years, if we're supposed to believe 3 years, I don't believe that 3 years from what we saw the future of 2688 looked like to 2691.
It's quick math. We could use it in Tulsa.
I don't buy that, right? I'm just saying. And the neoprene is the part that I don't buy.
Yeah,
no,
I don't either.
Weird clothes, but they was trench cut. It was still normal-ish.
Yeah. But
the second one, it's...
I just want to squish it.
Yes. So that was the thing. Totally took me away from everything.
It's a good one.
How about you, Bo?
Mine, they go to that building emporium thing with not only death, but 2 fucking aliens, and nobody freaks out about it? there's a kid and a family like back there with them dance, like in
Death literally walks up to a guy and
and
says,
like, I'll see you soon and shit.
That was the director.
Oh, was it?
Sorry, I had to throw one
But
more.
even that
had
guy,
to throw one more friend.
even that guy didn't freak out about the aliens. He was just like, oh, well, I should quit smoking. That's what took me out, is nobody panicked over these aliens just wandering around the mall.
It was California.
Yeah, I guess. There's weirder people, I guess.
Here would have been.
Oh, yeah.
It would have stopped everything. I will give you that. Here would have stopped
The whole
everything.
And the whole town shuts down.
Would've-
There's aliens. God damn it.
No more conversations would have been going on. All right, guys. On that's the end, dude.
That's it.
Party
We're
on.
done. Party on, guys. Like, comment, subscribe.
No, we're not there yet.
Share everything.
We're not even that far.
I forgot last week. I was making sure I got it.
I know, but I'm saying we still got some things to do. You should
That was for Master Algorithm.
Be ready to say it again, so that way you get back in the practice of doing it
when I'm supposed to.
But we're not there. You guys know how this works. Anytime that Jack decides he's going to watch a movie that we do, he gets to talk with us, say his part, tell us what he thinks.
Yeah.
So here we are. We are talking about Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, the second one.
Yeah.
Now, in the last couple of days, I had already mentioned to everybody, me and you have watched we watched all three.
Yeah,
so that way you could be really prepared to talk to them about Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
But specifically in the second one.
Yeah.
What did you had mentioned to me you wanted to talk about
the start.
The start.
Yeah,
with Denomalus, the bad guy. He says it is time. But you told me you thought it was one word, right? You thought it is time. The way he says it, right? It is time. You were like, I don't know what the word means, but I want to start with that. Like the way he said it was crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
Why did they make a robot Bill and Ted if in the first one they saw the future selves?
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, in the second one we don't deal with time travel as much. Right? I already said this to Bo.
Yeah.
We deal with the afterlife, right? But so to make sure we still got that whole doppelganger time travel feel, they gave us evil robot themses.
Oh yeah.
Right?
And the only part we saw them travel in time is just
those guys coming from the future. Yeah, that's
that
right,
was
that's
all
right.
for time machines.
But now on time travel, I wanted to ask you. You told me right after we watched the movie one time, right? You were like, I pointed out to you that William Sadler, the guy who plays the Grim Reaper, was also the guy in the British Family, right? And you were like, oh, so then when we see death, it's just after he died and became death, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, boof, bud. Like that's so mind blowing, buddy.
Yeah,
like that's that's the kind of theory that people wish they could come up with. Yeah. And you just came up with it off the top of your head out of nowhere. You were like, oh. So then since we see the afterlife is outside of time, right? Because we see people from every time period and all this stuff.
Yeah.
You were like, so that means that even though we see death deal with Bill and Ted before we see that guy, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
When he died and became death, he was death before and after.
Oh,
that's good, dude.
Oh, I want to, guys.
You had another thought. I see it, and if it's as good as that last one.
The second thought is, why was death so nice to Bill and Ted?
Oh, that's because he lost.
Yeah.
Oh.
If he wouldn't have lost the game, he even told them that. I never lose.
You have beaten me. I am at your command.
Yeah. So that's easy. He wouldn't have listened to them if they wouldn't have
won.
If they'd
lost,
is it crazy? Why did Bill and Ted time traveled and then just come back with a beard?
Oh yeah,
playing
at
the
end.
music.
Well, they had to learn how to play. You saw the beginning of the movie, right? They still did. Literally, the Miss Wardrobe, who was actually Rufus, told them. She said, "You can't sing. You can't play the guitar.
Yeah.
The only thing you got going for you is those princesses."
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The babes.
The babes.
The babes.
You
Nice.
got it. That's right. The babes.
Yeah.
The babes
Yeah.
are what. Without the
Yeah.
babes, the band had nothing.
Oh yeah. In the future, everything will just turn
To nothing. That's
nothing,
right.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
Why did in the third one they did why
Oh.
did they do a
Spoilers. Stop, bud. Spoilers.
I haven't seen that movie yet.
Oh.
So
But we still need to tell them what beers for next week.
this wasn't the last episode ever?
No, hell
we weren't
no.
done?
Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Don't even jinx us like that. Don't no.
Knock on wood. My bad.
Time travel. Let's go back and fix this, dude.
We still have the TARDIS. Doc never
Well,
came
do we
back
not
for
now
it.
have their phone booth?
Yeah, we just keep.
We've got double.
We have
the,
quite the collection. Next,
double
we're gonna go
the-
get Firefly and the Enterprise.
Well, we have double the time traveling booth.
We can travel through dimensions and time
All right.
and circuits.
Seriously though, Bo.
And next week we're gonna be doing High Wire Brewing's High Pitch Mosaic IPA. What's a
You
mosaic?
guys know we've been doing this. We told you when we first started we'd be doing several more because Highwire was nice enough to give us like
A
4
bunch.
baseball
Themed
titles.
beers, right?
So we got another baseball movie coming at you, and this time we decided that we were gonna do Bad News Bears,
classic.
and we're doing the classic. I like that
Yes.
you said classic because I feel both of them are classic.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
Like
Billy Bob Thornton.
one
but
is not technically the year number length for classic yet.
Yeah.
I think. Although
hope
technically
not.
I'm so old it might
yeah,
be.
it might be, isn't it? Like
Don't.
I'm not.
We're not
I
gonna
stopped
say it
myself.
on air. Yeah, we're not saying it on air.
Because
But,
it's gonna make me feel
but
bad.
we're going with the true classic.
Yeah,
like I was saying.
the old
so I
one,
don't-
obviously.
So I don't feel bad about myself anymore. Also, we almost forgot. We were so excited. We
Oh
gotta tell
yeah,
them. This was good.
Yeah.
I think we said a lot at the beginning. That's why we forgot to
Yeah,
say
we
more
forgot.
now.
The Turbo
we were,
Reaper
We were
is
really
great.
putting them over in the beginning.
Well, we love
Turbo
we
Reaper.
love 3 Floyds. They haven't done us wrong this whole show.
Yeah. On that note, now we're done, Bo.
Are we done?
Is there something you want to tell
Okay.
everybody now?
I'm
Now,
ready.
now.
This is my moment. I don't want to ruin it. All right, you guys, seriously, you gotta like, you gotta comment, subscribe, share, tell your grandma, figure it out for her on the tablet, and just put it in front of her and let her watch it. Give me the hours.
Don't call the wrong time. It's unprecedented expedition.